Hi everyone, this is Diane. I am coming on today to show you how I turn a shaker die into just a regular die. I want to make this popsicle for a die cut that I'm in a swap for, but I don't want to make it a shaker. Now, this is Erica's die, and I do have her information here. This is her information. She's on Instagram and YouTube, and that's her website. We all just love her dies and we use them. I use them. I just really enjoy them. They're bigger dies and you can do so many things with them. So on this particular die, she doesn't have a solid layer, as you can see. She has the base piece, or you can use this as a base piece. So you put this underneath, and then you use this part as a shaker, and then you build the shaker up using this and this. But I don't want to make the shaker part, but I do need this piece right here. So I'm going to show you what I do. I love this color. I really like the pink. I wish she would do her things in pink, but I really like the turquoise. Those actually show up better on my desk. These are the little bits and bobs that come with it, and I'm just keeping it in this bag because they are kind of tiny. There's like eyelashes and things, and so these little bags I get fairly cheap on, you can get 100 of them, so they're fairly inexpensive to help you keep your small dies together. So what I did here was I cut this out multiple times. I cut 2 of the base pieces out, and the reason why I did this is because this is 110 and I want to make it sturdy, and this is just thin copy paper, or not copy, cardstock paper, and of course it's not going to be thick enough for what I want. This paper is from Sunny Days collection, which is the swap. I'm in a Maggie Home swap, so we need to use their paper, and I thought this would be perfect. This paper, this glitter paper, I'm going to give you a tip. I don't know if you know it or not, but I picked this up from Hobby Lobby, a great big huge poster size sheet for like $1, $1.50. And if you were to go into the cardstock aisle, even at 40% off, you would pay over $1 just for either 12 by 12 or 8 by 8.5 by 11. So you can get this glitter paper, and it doesn't rub off or anything. I think you can get it in gold, this in blue. I'm not sure if you can get it in silver or not, but anyways, it's, if you're looking to get more bang for your buck, that's the way to go. So I'm going to put that on, and then the bow and the little sprinkles I just cut out of glitter foam that I also get from Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the base, which is this part here. So I cut it out. As you can see, I've got 2 of these. These are the inside of this, and then I cut out 2 base pieces. So I'm going to glue this outer rim to this, and that will give us the start of our cart, or of our die cut. And if you cut it out of thicker cardstock, I guess you wouldn't have to do quite this step, but you would have to do it at least once. So I'm going to glue it to the base. So as you can see, now you've got it solid, right? And we want to make sure it's real good. And then I'm going to glue this part in. That's the part that came out. Now, if I was going to make a shaker, I'd use Barely Art glue, but because I'm not, I'm just going to use the tacky glue I get from the Dollar Tree, because I find it works really well when you're just using paper to paper. I've never had a problem with anything coming out. I do want to make sure the popsicle stick itself is held down. So for that, I will do Barely Art, only because it has the 5 fine point tip, and I want to make sure that it's glued all the way to the edge without leaking out. So that's the first part. fairly easy, right? Okay, then the second part, I'm going to glue this onto everything, and that's the second base piece. All right, there we go. And this is 110. This is just the cardstock I get from Joann's also. I buy their craft 110 and their white 110. And I'm just going to match it up as close as I can get, so the white doesn't really show. All right. Now I'm going to glue this inside. Oops. Because we don't want to dip, right? If you just glue paper on top of it, it will dip underneath, and we don't want that. We want it to be smooth. So here's our last piece. I do want to, this little dip here, I'm going to glue this on just so that it's flat and even. Plus it will look nice too because it will look finished. Because it has a little embossing on it like a popsicle stick, right? I guess if you wanted to, you could cut the back side as two of these, so that would be the back side. But I don't think that they'll use the back side, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to do the front side. And here we go. This is going to be the last piece of the base. And this will make it look like an ice cream. I think the paper, because it's got little spots on it, it's pretty cool. I was going to use a pattern paper, but then I decided not to. Okay, and this stick has the embossed side on, so I'm using brown not only because it's thick cardstock, but it will look like wood also. So, whoopsie. So we got ulterior motive, huh? It might stick up a little bit because it is a thicker paper, but I really don't care. I just want it thick, so it's nice and thick and sturdy. As you can see, you can hold it without it bending, which is kind of what I want it to do. If I was just using it on something, I probably wouldn't worry too much about it, but because I'm sending it as a die cut, I want it kind of sturdy, because they're not, I don't know if they'll have the pieces to build it up or not, so I will just build it up for them. Okay, and then here's the drip, the drippy drip. Now, Lazy has a Melt With Me swap that I'm in, and that was the main reason I bought this. And I will link her below because I believe her swap is still open. It's open as long as you get your package mailed out by a certain date. And I think today's the 22nd, so I think by the end of the month. Let me see when that's due. Oh, you've got lots of time. It's June 24th, so I will link the video below. So if you want to join, I think she says it's open, so you don't have to like tell her that you're going to join. You just need to send something in, but I'm sure she'd appreciate knowing that you're going to. All right, here we go. We're going to do the bow. Now this is the bow that actually came with the die. And because I want this as a die cut, I am using this so it will stay flat. Otherwise I would just put a 3D bow on it, but like I said, since I want to keep it flat, I am going to, actually I made this little cell phone holder. I'm going to decorate it, but this is my favorite way to send items. I just put it in a little package and just put the die cuts in there, die cuts. So That's how I do that. That's why I want to keep it flat. All right, so now we're going to stick the bow on, I think. Put it so it's showing through the pink. There we go. And then we'll do the little, I do use Barely Art glue when I do glue glitter because I want to make sure it holds. And I know that Barely Art glue will. So I'm just going to put a little, I think that goes for a little nose, but I kind of want a little bit of 3D. So I'm going to use that. Okay. So now she has these little sprinkles that we can use. And I'm thinking I'll just sprinkle them on and then we'll be finished. I think she has a row of 12, but I only cut out 8. And as you can see, I think that's more than enough. I don't got glue on that. All right. So and I'm not too worried about the glue because I know the glue will dry clear. I try not to get glue all over, but you know, it's just like that. Sometimes you just can't help it. Okay. Maybe if I hold on to the tip. This bottle is almost empty, so it kind of comes out the tip too easy. All right, well, that didn't take long. And there you have it. You have a nice little die cut, and you converted it in from a shaker to a regular die cut. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and may God bless your day. Bye.